Boom. All right. Officially recording this call. So I just wanted to say, appreciate everyone for hopping on. And I also do appreciate everybody that is tuning into this call right now, or the recording. That's what I meant. So something I wanted to go over now is honestly something that I feel is very important for a lot of people, especially at this time right now, because a lot of us are new, or maybe a lot of us have experience, but we're having kind of difficulty, creating momentum, or maybe even, having trouble getting people connected on calls, or maybe having trouble getting people just interested in general. So that's kind of why I wanted to hop on this call and really just help give as much value as I can and really kind of guide you through a few steps that have really helped me along the way. So first off, as we all know, the point of this call is to learn how to leverage, right? Leveraging is actually a skill set. Literally everything we do in this business is a skill set, okay? From inviting to talking to people to trading to literally even creating a training. Everything is a skill set, all right? And leveraging is honestly one of the most powerful skill sets. Reason being, okay, now really quick, reason being, so the definition of leverage, okay, is to use something to maximum advantage, right? So I want you to ask yourself, are you leveraging this opportunity? Are you actually leveraging this opportunity, right? Are you using this opportunity to its maximum advantage? Are you going out there and really doing what you need to do to create the business, the trading, the whatever skill set you're after right now that's going to help you in your future, okay? So here's the beautiful thing about this business, okay? You don't have to have a lot of success in order to have success, okay? Are you hearing me on that? I want you to write that down. You don't have to have a lot of success in order to have success. Now, what do I mean by that? When you first start off, or let's say, you've been with us for a few months, but you're having kind of semi difficulty, right, with everything that's going on. Let me see. I hear you. Yep. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. So you can actually leverage other people's successes and their stories as well. Now, what I mean by that, let's say, for example, for me, when I first started, I had trouble. My very first, I think like 5 months, I had trouble, right? Because I was like, I want to have a lot of success before I share about it, right? But then I realized the key is to actually leverage other people's success. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay, the whole purpose of this call is to help you understand how to leverage these blitz calls that are going on. Okay, the reason why this call wasn't like promoted in a week in advance is because I found out about these blitz calls literally just the other day. And I was like, oh snap, I need to get the team on this right now. Okay. So we have blitz calls with Jason and Matthew Rosa. If you don't know who they are, I'm going to be telling you that later on in this call. But we have these calls going on to literally share the opportunity that we've all taken a part of, okay, with everyone around this world, okay? And it only lasts for a certain amount of time. Okay, so we want to make sure we leverage this time that we do have to the max. Okay, we want to make sure we take hold of this opportunity and just go off with it. Okay, now keep in mind, facts tell, stories sell. Facts tell, stories sell. Okay, so if you're talking to somebody, right, and they're asking you, oh, well, how have you done, or how much money have you made, and stuff like that, that can actually be very discouraging for us. Especially because people that don't know how to trade, people that haven't gone through the academy, people that haven't been placed in the development calls, they don't understand, right? They don't understand. They're seeing it from their perspective. So they're thinking, oh, you're learning how to invest. Okay, well, how's that going? How much money have you made? And it's like, hello? People are going to college for over 4 years to get a degree. Not even the career that they want, but a degree. And all of a sudden, they're expecting us to have a massive ROI in like our first few months of learning how to trade? What? That doesn't make sense. The math there just doesn't add up, right? I'm not a professor, but I can tell you right now that it takes some time to have results within this business, to have results within this company, right? So we want to go ahead and leverage other people's stories and other success. Now, of course, it's always good to be genuine with people, right? If you've only been in for 2 months, 2 weeks, 2 days, and they ask you how much money have you made, it's okay to be like, hey, I've only been in this for an X amount of time. This is exactly what I've been doing with this. But there's been people around the world that have been able to create income from their phone in a matter of a year, in a matter of 2 years, in a matter of 3 years, in a matter of 4. I know personally people that have had a job and within 2 years have been completely self-employed within this industry, within this business, within this opportunity. That is the story that I'm going to be leveraging. I can tell them my story, but why should I tell them my story if they connect with somebody else? if you are talking to somebody and you're trying to get them on a call and they don't connect with your story, but you know somebody's story that they can connect to, tell them that story. For example, like I said, facts tell, stories sell. If you're talking to somebody that works in construction and you don't work in construction, it's probably best that they hear somebody's story that used to be in construction. Okay? If you're working at Pizza Hut and you're talking to a lawyer, it's probably not best to say, oh, I work at Pizza Hut and I'm trying to get out of this job, right? You want to say, hey, I actually know somebody that was in law and they started trading. I know somebody that was in law and they started doing this or that, right? Connect with their story as much as possible. That is the key, right? That is why facts tell and stories sell, right? Because people trust people that they relate to the most. So therefore, people relate to stories that they relate to the most as well. So that's another thing. When you're going out there and you're trying to connect with people and you're trying to understand, okay, how should I ask this person how to hop on a call? Okay, how should I get this person on a call? You want to understand their story. Now, you don't want to know all of it, right? You don't want to like, oh, you grew up here, you have 5 kids, you're doing this and this, that, right? You just want to know the key essentials. What do they do right now? What are they looking to do? And what have they done? That's it. You connect those 3 things and you are going to be able to grab somebody's connection, or you're going to be able to grab someone's attention. Now, what's very important about edification or about leveraging, when you're using somebody's success story or you're trying to leverage these blitz calls, you want to make sure you have the proper edification, okay? Edification is a beautiful thing, but it can also be an enemy of yours too. That being said, you want to make sure that when you edify someone, first off, edification is not about how much you say about somebody, it's about what you say, okay? For example, we got Sylvester on this call, right? My man Sylvester. Let me tell you about this guy Sylvester, all right? He literally got started, and within a short amount of time, his mindset just blew up. And then just like that, he's been in the charts. He's somebody that works behind the screen, but has been killing it on the charts, right? Keep in mind, that was my edification of Sylvester. That only took about, what, 30 seconds? And what did you know about Sylvester? That he's killing it, he's been growing, and he's quiet, right? He's been working like Batman, right? In the dark. But I'm telling you, once you guys see this man, Sylvester, take off, you will hear his name everywhere. But keep in mind, it's the little sweet things that I said about him. I didn't say, oh, Sylvester is yada, 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 and I didn't talk forever, right? I kept it short, sweet, and simple. Now, with these blitz calls, right, with the people that we're going to be edifying, you don't want to edify their income unless you're talking to somebody that makes that kind of income, okay? You have to understand, most people that we're going to be talking to, unless they're entrepreneurship minded, unless they're open to the industry, unless they're even aware of the industry, a lot of people don't even think it's possible to make the kind of money that they make. So therefore, if you tell somebody, oh, I know somebody that's making $500,000 every single month, they think what? It's a scam. Because in their mind, they're like, ain't no way somebody can make that much money unless they're ripping it off, right? Because we're used to what? We're used to people in the government making a lot of money. And how does the government people make money? By ripping us off. That's literally what we're programmed to think, right? So you want to make sure that when you're edifying these calls, you make it important to them, right? People don't show up to things they don't see value in, right? If I were to call up somebody, right? If I were to call up Tiana and I was like, hey, I got this thing going. You should come. There's no value in that, right? Tiana's just going to be like, okay, it's a thing. That's cool. But like, what's in it for me, right? That's what everyone really cares about. What's in it for me? But if I were to go, hey, Tiana, I got this thing going. It's incredible. And honestly, I can really see you taking this off. Or honestly, I can really see you having a lot of success with this. She's going to be like, oh, okay. You can see me having success with it. Success is for me. Like, I'm going to have success out of it. Okay, for sure. Maybe that's, I might be interested in that. Next thing, going back, facts tell, stories sell. Edify people's journey and success. Like I said, Jason and Matt Rosa, in the matter of literally less than 5 years within this company, they went from delivering pizzas and living off couches to now having a penthouse, multiple sources of income, creating a multiple 7-figure income every single month, and making an impact around the world. That's what they've been able to do. That's what you want to edify. So if you're talking to somebody, understand that you can relate to their story. You can connect the stories. That's all we do. That's all we do is we connect stories. So if you're talking to somebody that's like, yeah, I used to be a pizza man, or back in my day, I used to da-da-da-da. Oh, that's crazy. I actually have some people that are running a call right now for a project I'm working on. And they used to deliver pizzas, and now they're self-employed, traveling the world. That's how you want to connect the stories, right? Now, the next thing I'm going to get into is the actual blitz calls themselves, okay? So for starters, you need to add them to your calendar, okay? A mentor of mine told me it's not real and you're not taking it serious unless it's in your calendar. So add it to your calendar. I personally have notifications on for a call for 30 minutes, an hour, and 5 minutes. If you need more notifications, by all means, go for it. Add as many notifications as you can, because for one, even if you can't make it to the call, at least seeing the notification on your phone, it's going to remind you that that call is going on, right? Which means what? Not to get too deep into it, but what you see is what you get out of life, right? So if you're thinking about the op call, guess what? You're going to be thinking about what? The business. You're going to be thinking about helping other people. So therefore, you're going to be kind of programming your mind to stay focused on what? Your goals within this business, right? Whatever you can do to help remind yourself of your goals in this business is going to help you progress forward, okay? Imagine right now, if you never even hopped on the academy, if you never hopped on a go live session, if you never even hopped on, one of these calls, where would you be? You'd be nowhere, right? But if you were to set reminders in your phone about these calls, it's going to actually later on, it's going to plant seeds in your own brain to plug into these calls, all right? Next thing for the blitz calls, even if you don't have a guest, which you should, still plug into them. You can always learn more, okay? Plugging into op calls, and especially blitz calls like these, create a sense of urgency. You learn how the best of the best run their calls. And then you also take note of how they present, right? How do they speak? What do they speak about? How do they present themselves? Those are things you want to take note of. If you have somebody that has that much success, you need to take note on everything they do. How they breathe, how they walk, how they talk. Jim Rohn even says in one of his trainings, he says, I saw a man making $1 million a year. And I saw he had a weird limp when he walked. So I started limping too. It was funny, but we know Jim Rohn is what? Jim Rohn is that dude of this industry. Jim Rohn is the mentor's mentor in this industry. He's an absolute monster. Okay? Now, something I want everyone to keep in mind for these blitz calls specifically. Okay? When you have someone plugging into a call, you want to make sure to follow up. Okay? Now, a lot of people are like, I don't really know how to follow up. Yeah. You want to reach out, hey, I was on the call. It was an amazing call. I loved how this guy said this. But I wanted to know, what did you like most about the call? Ask them what they liked most about the call. Understand that people are about 85% negative, right? They naturally what is it? Oh, shoot, I forgot. Okay, I forgot that's the whole sentence thing I was about to say. People are naturally negative, though. So if you ask them, oh, hey, what did you think? They're immediately going to say something, what? Negative. Whereas if you go, hey, what did you like most? It's gonna make them think, okay, what did I like most, right? It's gonna be a positive fact, or it's gonna be a positive factor. And then after they tell you that, you're gonna say, oh, that's awesome. I actually enjoyed that too. From there, you wanna work and get them connected to a mentor, upline, whatever you wanna call them, to answer questions and talk to, okay? So, hey man, I saw you were on the call. I really enjoyed the call. I love how we talked about this. What did you enjoy the most? Oh, I really like the whole money from home. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's definitely a really cool part that took my attention too, especially in an economy these days. But hey, man, because you watched the call, I want to go ahead and get you connected with somebody that's been personally helping me out. Okay? And then from there, we can take over. Do not answer all questions by yourself. Do not answer all questions by yourself. That is key. Because for one, a majority of the time when people are asking you questions, they are questioning how much you know. They are questioning why they should join you. And they are trying to find the answer to their question, which is, should I do this? Right? All it takes is for you to go, if you're answering all their questions, that's showing them that you're the person to go to, that you're the person they are going to be working with personally, that you are the person with everything to have, basically. And all it takes is for you to go, just like that, or even you know what, I actually don't know that question. And they go, okay, I can't work with this person. Whereas if you were to go, hey, you know what, that's actually a great question. Let me get you connected with someone who can answer that. Let me get you connected with a mentor of mine. Let me get you connected with somebody that's been helping me. Something along those lines What that does is, for one, it takes off pressure off your shoulders, and two, it shows that you're working with a team, right? People want to join things that are bigger than themselves. So if they only see you, they think, okay, this is just them. But if you go, hey, this is actually bigger than me, we have a whole community. Check this out. Let me reach out to my community, right? Let me leverage who I know in this business to help you. They're going to go, oh, okay, so Sylvester here has been able to build a network of the right people, right? Tiana here, it's not just her doing this. I have more people to reach out to. That right there is pretty much essential. So that being said, let me go ahead and share my screen here. If you don't know, I don't have Telegram open. Okay, that's a bummer. Give me one second, y'all. This is really quick. If you ever lose the, cannot minimize Zoom. Okay. If you are thinking like, oh man, I lost my flyer, I don't know where to find it, I'm going to go ahead and walk you through how to get to it. All right. So first off, check this out. Telegram. Boom. Right? So we're in here, right? We're in the Wealth Tribe. You want to go here. Actually, I lied. You want to go here and then photos, right? So all you do is you click the title, bam, photos, bam. Check it out. Boom, right there. Go ahead and save that to your phone. Save it as your screensaver if you have to. Do whatever you have to do to remind yourself that you should be on these calls and you should be inviting to these calls. But that is it for this call. I appreciate everyone's time. If you have any questions, now would probably be a good time to ask, unless we are all good. If nobody has questions, then we can just continue on about our day and start to crush these calls. Everybody good? Solid? All right. I appreciate it. I had my speaker loud. I wasn't ready for that one. Appreciate it. All right. Well, hey, everyone have a great freaking day. Let's crush it. Okay. It's Tuesday. All right. Make today the best Tuesday you've ever had. All right. I love everybody. Let's crush it.